What's up, everybody? This is Hope, and of course, I am your host of Pulling Back the Rug, and I am so excited about the show on tonight. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you can email me at HELV as in Victor SME 0822 at yahoo.com. Again, that is he loves me 0822 at yahoo.com. And listen, y'all, I'm so honored. I'm more than excited. I'm honored to have my guest with me on tonight. And when I tell you that she is a celebrity chef extraordinaire, and if you ain't had her food, you missing out on life. But hold on, we're gonna get into all of that. Please help me welcome my guest on tonight, Miss Shawanda Simmons. Hi, girl.
Hey, girl. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here with you tonight.
I'm excited for you to be
Yes.
here. And let me just say, first of all, okay, now, we got to talk about the fact that you didn't come in here with no food. Okay? So I just want y'all to know.
Do both.
If you have never heard of Passion Eats Catering, that's all I'm going to say. So this young lady here helped me survive the pandemic.
Yes.
I just want y'all to know that when nobody open, your kitchen was open.
Yes,
And it
you
was
will
blazing.
come and order your 6 wings.
And wood. And wood.
Yes.
And I loved it.
I appreciate that.
I am beyond honored for you to be here on tonight. And just so you can share your story with the world. We see you, and we see you. Glamorous, dressed up, business is booming, everything is going well. But there's always things that happen before you get to that point.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's kind of what we're going to talk about on this stage on tonight, Pulling Back the Rug. We're
Let's pull the rug back, sis. Let's pull it back.
Okay. So, I do homework. I
Okay.
ask all the time, hey, what's this, what we're going to talk about?
Okay.
And your story blew me away. So I know just from kind of doing some homework, you were born and raised west side of Chicago.
West side.
Okay, west side. Yeah, I don't know nothing about the west side now. If I go over there, I'm probably going to get lost.
It's a good time. The west side
It's
is a good time. Yeah,
Okay.
we have a good time.
Good time.
Absolutely.
But you were born and raised on the west side. But your journey to become who you are now, celebrity chef, just mind you, that is phenomenal.
Thank you.
I kind of, was doing a little peeking into kind of like your journey a little bit. I saw
Sure.
some of the things that you've endured, but one of the things I want to start off with,
Okay.
I know that you're in business, all of that, married, successful, but what started your grind, like your hustle? Where did that inspiration come from?
Well, I'll be honest. So growing up, we were poor.
Wow.
We were broke. I grew up in the projects on the west side of Chicago, actually Trumbull and Douglas.
Okay.
And we talking about food stamps. We talking about, just not having a lot.
Right.
But the one thing we did have, we had love. And my mother, she made sure that we were clean. She made sure that we had food. And so when I began to flourish as a young girl,
Yeah.
I knew how important it was to just grind. So that's been in me for a long time.
Because a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Yeah, oh, no.
Like just saying,
Oh, no.
like you said, we were broke. Oh, I'm not going to be like this. I'm going
Right.
to get up and I'm going to do something.
Absolutely.
And your hands are blessed.
Yes.
Because, from food to hair to whatever you put your hands to is blessed.
Yes.
So when did you know you were different?
I would say around about the age of 13. So sometimes I ponder on this very thing. Like sometimes you can be what I would call overly gifted. And being overly gifted can make you hated amongst many, right?
Yeah.
So, but my journey was, I started as a young girl. So at the age of 13, I was shot with a 9mm gun.
Wow.
2 inches from my heart, and it came out 1.5 inches from my spine. So imagine a 13-year-old girl just being, at that time we could be kids.
Yeah.
I was riding my bike just out. It was a summer night in August, and I stopped in front of the house. And at this time, all I did was lean on the gate
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I was on the ground and I felt this burning in my chest. I heard screams from all over. I mean, this sounds like a movie.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You see, I'm stuck. Like, what?
I heard screams from all over. I heard my mother. I heard the neighbor. Everybody was screaming and hollering. All I felt was a burning, right? So then someone picked me up. They threw me in a car. They took me to Mount Sinai Hospital. When I got to Mount Sinai Hospital, now I'm 13 years old.
Wow.
I couldn't have been no more than 70, 80 pounds. I've always been well, I ain't as skinny now, but I've always been a young skinny girl. And so the doctors came out and they told my family to prepare for the worst, that there was no way she was going to make it out of this.
But God.
But God. And then after about 7, 8 hours, they came back and said, well, okay, y'all, okay, she's going to make it out, but she's going to be paralyzed from the waist down. And so another 8 to 10 hours happened. Next thing I know, I'm here and well alive.
Well alive.
Well alive.
So
yes.
you were just meant to be who you are.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Purpose.
Yeah.
You know how we talk about having purpose on your life.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact that I shouldn't have been here.
Yeah.
The statistics say that I shouldn't have been here. But because God had a purpose for my life.
Okay, so we supposed to be doing this show, but now you know
I
run.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have never knew that,
Absolutely.
had you not come on this platform. You're a walking miracle.
Yeah. And
Wow.
so when I got out the hospital, I was in the hospital about 45 days. When I got out the hospital, my life was fast tracked. Everything went fast from there because what happened, and I could disclose this now, it's been almost over 20 years.
Yeah.
But the guy who shot me, everybody knew who shot me.
Wow.
And he did prison time. But to prevent him from doing prison time, they tried to bribe my mother. But not only did they bribe her with money and things, but they bribed her with drugs. So here I am. I'm new to coming home, this new life of mine,
Yeah.
trying to learn how to sit up by myself,
Yeah.
and now I have a drug addict for a mother. Yeah. So my life, I had no other choice. I had to fast track. I had to take everything that she had already put in me and take care of my siblings because I'm the oldest of 5.
Okay.
So now life began for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you have to grow up quick.
Yes.
You have to make decisions that you wouldn't have normally made.
No.
Mind you, you're the miracle of it all.
Yeah.
And here it is, God gives you even then strength, and he gives you that drive to keep going.
Absolutely.
Whew. That's a lot.
I know. It was a lot. Absolutely.
But I mean, just that alone, your testimony alone, I'm sure you just helped a lot of people watching who may have been ashamed of some things that they deal with,
When I tell you, I'm not ashamed of anything that I've been through because I will say it was those things that make me the woman that I am, the businesswoman that I am, the person that I am. And so I don't apologize for that because to me, apologizing for what I've been through is like slapping God in the face.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I could say I trust him and I love him and he's the head of my life and then I don't trust what he allows to happen.
So let me ask you this. You come home, now you have a mom that's a drug addict. How did you find the strength in you? How did you find that thing to keep you loving her?
The love never left. So, we don't really, as a culture, like to deal with our trauma.
Yeah.
But that was trauma for me. But that was my mother.
Yeah.
I knew she loved me. And it wasn't until she started going to prison. So immediately after, once they stopped supplying, because he ended up going to jail. He actually got a 25-year sentence because when they caught him with the gun that shot me.
Wow.
So now they're not supplying anymore.
Yeah.
And now she's strung out. So that means I have to not only fast track my life for my siblings, but for my mother.
Yeah.
So now she's in and out of prison and I just had to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
So at the age of 14, I started working at a place called Dave's Hot Pit.
Food.
I had to drop out of school to work. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. A lot, right? Yeah, I had to drop out of school. So here it is, this 14, 15-year-old girl walking at least 3 miles to make $3.75. enough to make sure I could stop at the store on the way home
Yeah.
to make sure we had some noodles.
And I tell my kids all the time, you don't know how blessed you
They have
are
no clue.
when you don't have to ride the bus and you
Yes.
don't have to worry about food and you don't, because it's stories like yours
Absolutely.
that just show this could be you. You know, you could be dealing with these things.
Absolutely.
And let me ask you this. Have you forgiven the guy that shot you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Growing up on the west side of Chicago, I was always familiar with, drugs and gangs,
Yeah.
etc. So that wasn't new to me.
Yeah.
However, once I found out, because we were all growing up on the west side, we were like a community.
Yeah.
Everybody knew everybody. If the neighbor saw me doing something, she would get the belt and come with me herself.
Wow.
That's how we grew up.
Yeah.
So when I learned what happened, meaning he was not intentionally trying to shoot me.
Yeah.
He was shooting at someone else. They ran my way, and that's how I got hit. Wow. So, of course, I forgave him. I forgave him. Absolutely.
We ain't even touched the surface. Listen, I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you look at people and you just never know.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I do Pulling Back the Rug.
I love it.
Because it's people who, I mean, they embarrassed about what they went through.
Yeah, no.
But you have managed to persevere through it all.
Absolutely.
Fast forward, you start cooking. How did you get into that?
Cooking was not my journey.
Really?
No, absolutely not. So I got married at a very young age. And at the time, he wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom. So you're talking about a 19-year-old stay-at-home mom. That wasn't working.
Right.
So I ended up going to hair school. I graduated hair school. And after maybe about 4 months of being out of hair school, I was like, I'm a leader. I need my own salon. Mm-hmm. And from there is when I got my own salon.
So you've always been a leader?
Always. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I'm
Always been-
listening to you. You took care of your siblings.
Absolutely.
You made sure everybody else was good.
Yeah.
You go, and now you want your own shop. You've always dreamed big.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, what? Help somebody. How do you dream big? Like, because some people, they think too small of themselves. How do you get to the point where you say, no, my vision, my goals, I don't want them small. It's okay for them to be big.
Right. Well, I think your vision is always going to be attached to your purpose.
Yeah.
Your vision is literally having the foresight to see and to do. A lot of us have eyes, but we still don't see.
Yeah.
So,
Did y'all hear what?
yeah. Yeah.
We got eyes, but what you saying? Come
Right,
on, what you looking at?
Exactly. And so your vision is always going to be something you can't afford.
Yeah.
But in order to have your vision activated, you have to do something. Mm-hmm. The Bible talks about faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
That's a true statement.
Absolutely.
When you have vision, it's in you. It's when you wake up. It's when you go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's throughout your day. You're always thinking about it. It's something that you really want to bring to fruition. And so that's kind of what vision is. And
Yeah.
when you truly have it, vision, you can do it for free.
Okay,
Yeah.
y'all. I hope y'all got a pen and a piece of paper because she dropping them. Okay, y'all hear them nuggets?
Yeah. Vision,
Okay.
you can do it for free.
So I heard you say you got married young.
Yes.
You got married young. Here it is now. You want your own business. I'm assuming you went into business.
Yes.
Because I just happen to be a recipient of that flat iron.
Let's talk about that.
Yes. So I was privileged to, and I don't know what made me call or what. I guess it was just God
Yeah.
ordained. Because, baby, I dialed that number, and you would get me right together. My
Absolutely.
hair.
Yes.
Had nothing to do with food, nothing. And
No.
I'm going to get into when it's, kind
Right.
of curved.
Yes.
But you would keep my hair together.
Yes. So that's where I started. So I started off as a cosmetologist, licensed cosmetologist, and then I opened up a hair salon. So in the salon, I had about maybe 6 girls at the time, and hair is what I loved to do at the time. It was a source of income, and I did very well. However, my therapy was always cooking something. That was the therapy. So the way the cooking started, I literally would take leftovers to the salon. And I started distributing, and next thing I know, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wrap this thing up and sell it. And I looked up one Saturday, I had made more money selling food
Then you did doing hair.
standing behind the chair.
So I know you probably don't remember this,
Okay, come on.
but
let's go.
one day you was doing my hair, and you had some chili. I had never heard of turkey chili before.
White chicken chili.
Yep,
Yes, it will bless your life.
You had some of that, and you were
Yes.
selling it along with the passion dessert and the passion
Yes.
tea. I remember.
Yes.
But you were standing there, and you was like, you know what? One day I'm gonna own my own restaurant.
Wow.
You kept on flying. I was like, you should do it.
Wow.
And you was like, I am, cause you know and you kept on. And the next thing I know, Passion Eats was born.
Yes.
So right there, that let me know the power of the tongue.
Absolutely.
Because you talked your own self into a wealthy place. And of
Yes.
course, you're probably not as wealthy as you're going to be.
Sure.
Miss Celebrity Chef, not just any chef, but Celebrity Chef. Everybody's not privileged to do that.
That's true.
So that just shows, even in the midst of everything that you went through, God still had his hands on you.
Absolutely.
And I'm just sitting here like, because you're married, you're doing all of these things. And I did read something because you got married young. And I know you don't have any children,
Yeah.
but you do have a child. So do you want to kind of talk about that a little bit?
So, we got married. I think I had just turned 19. So I turned 19 in September. We got married in December. I got a call. I was pregnant. But the call I got wasn't that I was pregnant because I knew that. The call I got was that, hey, we haven't seen your mom in days, right? So immediately, you know, I go to the West Side now. I got this new husband who is totally different from me, you
Yeah,
know.
totally.
He was, you know, he's the preacher and I'm the chick from the West Side. We trying to, you know,
Make
make
it
something
work.
happen, right? So
Yeah.
of course, here it is, his pregnant wife. Now I'm running to the West Side because I know, you know, it wasn't really about my mother. It was more so about my siblings. Well, where are my siblings? And I found them in an abandoned building.
Jesus.
Yeah, I found them in an abandoned building. This story I would never, ever forget. I literally still, I can close my eyes and see myself. So I had a few of her friends had told me where the area they thought in which they were staying. And I walked up the stairs and I heard little pitter patters like running across the floor. I was calling out their names. There was 3 of them at the time. And I heard little pitter patters and I kept saying, "Yeah, Tiara, man, it's me, it's Shawanda." And they kept saying, "It's Shawanda." You heard them whispering. This wasn't a house. This was like a building. At the time, people rent out rooms. So it's like not a halfway house. It was somebody that had a building
Right.
that would rent you a room. Well, my mother had this room and the kids were there and I opened up the door and it was just a bed, a dresser, and 3 kids. And I told them, I said, okay, let's go. At this time, I still didn't know where she was. But what I did know is that they were 8, 10, and 12. And they couldn't be at home by themselves.
Right.
And so since then, we later learned that my mother had went to jail. And she ended up getting a 6-year prison sentence. And so I took my siblings in at the time. The reason why I brought that story up is because at that time I was pregnant. So I wasn't really working. My husband, he was working, and now I got these 3 kids. He didn't sign up for that.
Yeah.
So I go to public assistance. I'm trying to get some help. And they said, okay, we'll help you, but what we want you to do is take them to the police station, drop them off, and then if you qualify, you can get them back. If not, they'll go in the system. I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
So I took those 3 kids. I told my husband, I was like, look, they have to stay. He was like, okay, because he loved me, you
Yeah.
know. And we raised them, right? 3 months later, I went in labor on a Sunday morning. We had a baby shower Saturday. Sunday morning, those kids were getting baptized. I went in labor. When I got to the hospital, You know, they hook you up to the monitors. Now it was 9 months. My due date was March 12th. This was March 4th. And I was just laying there and I saw the doctors they were looking anxious. And my auntie, she was pacing and she was praying. And I'm saying to myself, what's going on? I'm just in labor.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, ma'am, there's no heartbeat. And in my head, I still didn't process that my baby was dead.
Yeah.
I didn't process that. So after about an hour or so, they hooked me up to all sorts of machines. And it wasn't until 12 hours later that I had to deliver a stillborn baby. But not before they hooked me up to dialysis because my kidneys started failing, blood clots, because they couldn't cut me open. Because what I had at the time was what they call an abruption. It's when the placenta breaks away from the uterus.
Yeah.
And from what they tell me, the baby was dead inside of me the whole time.
Yeah, and if they would have did something wrong, you would have lost your life
Correct.
as well. Yeah.
So now here we are. I didn't have his baby, but I'm now asking you to take care of my 3 siblings.
Yeah, I know y'all got y'all tissue because I'm trying.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you, a person that seems to be losing everything, but you're gaining strength and God is blessing, but it seems like everything that you love some kind of way takes a turn.
Absolutely.
How are you sitting here?
God,
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah.
It's not me. Because if it was me, I'd have cracked up a long time ago,
Yeah.
you know. But because of the purpose that he has on my life,
Yeah.
and I know it because I've been put in situations and scenarios
Yeah.
where most people wouldn't have made it out of. But because there's more to me, there's more that he needs me to do.
Yeah.
More people that he needs me to talk to, more people he needs me to see, more
Yeah.
people he needs me to love on, more people he needs me to give to. You know,
Yeah.
it's all because of him.
Because your life is a women's conference. No, I'm serious. It really, really is. I mean,
Yeah.
just looking at you, you're helping me because right now my father is in the hospital.
Wow.
And my father has battled alcoholism my entire life.
Okay.
And like I walked around ashamed of that sometimes.
Wow. Yeah.
But the strength that you have, it's really encouraging me like, no, you can still,
Yeah.
you know, you can still fulfill purpose. You can still go after your passion. Now, why Passion Eats?
So
Why that
Passion
name?
Eats, okay, so I did not come up with the name. I literally was at the salon and my friend Arnita, which is a stylist, you probably remember her. So one of her clients was like, you know what, you need to get this food to the schools. She said, my teachers at my school, she had been a clerk for like 30 years. She said, my teachers at my school would love this. And believe it or not, I'm shy.
Now, y'all who watching,
Seriously, I'm shy.
I believe.
Okay, I'm telling
like
you.
Shy.
Like, yeah, shy. Like, I don't like to be late for things because I don't want to walk in last. That kind, yeah. I don't know where that comes from.
And I only asked you that because you chose that word passion.
Yeah.
Your whole life has been about passion.
Yeah.
The way you love with a passion. The way you give with a passion. Everything has been about passion.
Yeah.
And so that's why I asked, like, so
Yeah.
is that the reason why you came?
No. So we went to the school. We went on a Monday. And I had cooked all this food and we took it to the school. And I was like, friend, we need a name. You know, like I need some labels because I've always been the type of person, I like things to be done neatly.
Yeah.
And, okay, so I was like, we need a name for this. I can't be putting my stuff out here and not have I was like, we need a name. And she was like, give me 10 minutes. I'm going to call you back. She called me back. She said, you know what? It's your passion and everybody like to eat.
Passion Eat.
That's where it came from.
Wow.
Just like that. Yes. Just
That's
like
crazy. But I mean, just listening to your story, like
Yeah.
it fits just you,
Yeah.
period. Because I don't think most people could deal with what you've dealt with. And just listen to the story, even about you losing your baby in childbirth.
Yeah.
And so at that moment with losing your child in childbirth, because you don't have any biological children.
Right. Correct.
Was it because you just didn't want to, or was it because you couldn't?
Oh no, I went through 4 rounds of IVF.
Wow.
4 rounds of
See,
IVF.
you're just a story on a story.
Yeah.
Yo.
We went through 4 rounds of IVF. So I went through the whole shots, and there were times where he desperately. Now I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 5.
Yeah.
But he wanted a baby. You know what I mean? And being his wife, I wanted to give him a baby. So if that meant going through IVF, then we were going to go through IVF. We would save all of our money because at the time the job he was working did not cover it.
Wow.
So every round was $12,000. Every round was $12,000.
And you did 4 rounds.
We did 4 rounds. Yeah.
Wow.
And to the point where, and it's so crazy that you and I guess let's just pull back the rug, right?
Pull it.
So we went through 4 rounds of IVF, and they told me that my ovarian reserve was low. And that comes from trauma. It comes from scar tissue, etc., can cause pressure on the ovaries, right? So we had got to the point where we were considering surrogates, etc. But then I'll be honest, I just had to have a conversation with him, and I told him, I said, I don't know if I can love this baby like that. And I know that was, that sounds
That's
harsh.
one of them hard conversations.
Yeah, it was a very hard conversation, but remember, I still got these 3 kids.
Yeah.
So to me, if I was going to have a baby, I wanted my own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was willing to do it for him, because he wanted it. But it wasn't until 15 years later that I learned that I had endometriosis the entire time, undetected.
Wow.
Undetected.
So for those who don't know what that is, can you kind of explain what that is?
So endometriosis is a very terrible disease that, so for some women, it's scar tissue that clamps on to parts of your organs. It can clamp onto your uterine lining. It can clamp onto your ovaries, clamps onto your uterus, and it's like throbbing pain. So if you have so much tension going on in your body, it's kind of hard to have a baby.
Yeah.
And so it was undetected all that time, but it wasn't until years later that I learned that I had it the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I know that probably was hard for you all because you really did want your own child.
Of course.
But
absolutely.
of course, you are a mother probably to me.
Listen, okay?
A mother
Out of
to
the
me.
4 siblings, I have 17 nieces and nephews. Yeah. So I'm good.
You good.
Yes, I'm good.
But I mean, just that alone, like even persevering through that, and the fact that you're still married to the same husband, because I just want to make that clear, that situation didn't tear, because sometimes that tears up marriages when the husband wants something that the wife cannot give or different things.
Sure.
But you all are still making it.
It definitely put a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of stress on the marriage. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah. But you made it.
Yeah.
You making it.
We made it.
Looking good, doing it. Fast forwarding, you got this business and it's booming. I know because I follow you all the time. You've done different things for different celebrities and all of that. And what did that feel like? Just going from being in the shop, taking your leftovers, passing them out, and now you're preparing food for huge name people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great feeling. I enjoy it because I get to see the behind the scenes of, when you see a celebrity, you be like, it's a celebrity. But when I see a celebrity, it's 6 a.m. and they want coffee or they want, you to make some eggs over easy or, I want tacos for lunch, literally. So that's kind of my job. When I go behind the scenes, it's from breakfast all the way down to the end of the concert.
But see, here's the reason why people should not have a problem with being a servant. Because what you said,
Come on.
I have to serve at 6 a.m. And the word talks about the greatest amongst all in the
Absolutely.
word
Yes.
is the servant. What you do, you prepare food, but you also serve.
Absolutely.
You make people feel good when they eat. Because let me tell you how good I feel when I eat your sweet potatoes. Now, one of these days,
Not the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, it could be way, way, way down the line.
Yeah.
If you could just give me the recipe to the sweet
Oh,
potatoes.
Lord.
Because for 1 second, I thought I was gonna have to move you in with my husband because he
Really?
fell in love with your cooking.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, because
Not talking about me at the table.
Yes, because that's what kept us through the
Yeah,
pandemic.
absolutely.
Going to get that chicken and stuff, running in and running out and
Yes.
doing, and I mean, you have quality food. Now you have something that I had never seen before, which was the purple cabbage.
Yes.
Y'all. And I'm not just talking because y'all know I'm a big girl. I like to eat. The purple cabbage. Let me tell y'all what to get from the menu.
Oh, Lord.
And then we're going to put the website on here too. You got, first of all, you got fried chicken. You got the macaroni, the string beans.
Yeah, now that's one of our number one sellers.
The string
green
beans, y'all, the sweet potatoes, there's nothing nasty. You know how you go to restaurants and
Yeah.
you be like, you can keep that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Everything of yours is good. Even the passion dessert.
Yes.
I don't even know what that is, but it's good.
And you used to buy a lot of them. Too.
And then, this is the reason why I have
Yes.
these issues. But if you want quality service,
Yeah.
Like you said, everything that you do from your heart. You do it with a
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah.
And in the midst of all of those things going on, you booming, you doing this, you doing that, you doing good, life hits again. Right?
Yeah.
We talked about your mom and the things that she dealt with and everything, but I haven't heard you really talk about dad.
Yeah.
So your parents overall, I do know just from some of the things that we've talked about, your parents, even though there were some things that they were going through, those are your parents.
Absolutely.
So just for a moment, just talk about how you had to deal with the loss of your parents. Yeah.
When I tell you it was such a shock, it was one of those things that literally I had just talked to my mother the night before. And we talked about, my mother was always, she's such a character. When I say, she was just hilarious. Everything was funny to her. Mm-hmm. And so she always had this thing where, girl, your daddy gonna get some money tomorrow, girl. Come get me, go to Walmart. I need to do TV. We're gonna spend this money. Mm-hmm. We literally just had that conversation Monday. Wow. And 5 a.m., my phone rings. And it's my auntie, Lisa, who lived downstairs from my mother. And she said, Wanda, she gone, she gone, she gone. And now it's 5 a.m., so I have to process what she's saying.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, who's gone? Who? She gone, Wanda, she gone. Oh my gosh, she gone. She said, my sister is gone. I said, gone where? She said, Wanda, she dead. My life stopped. It was like, it was unexplainable.
Yeah.
Because my mother was 52.
Yeah.
What do you mean she gone?
Yeah.
So immediately I got up, And at this time, my brother lived in Carbondale. My sister lived in Milwaukee. The only two people here were two of my other sisters. So I called them, said, okay, meet me at mom's house. She was still, when I got there, she was still laying on the floor. And that was like an image that...
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a difficult time for me. Now, I've been through a lot of things, but not having your parent,
Yeah.
that's a different kind of hurt.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of hurt. So being the oldest, I had to suppress whatever I thought I wanted to feel. And now I had to deal with the loss of, my siblings lost their mother. These kids, these 17 grandbabies lost their grandmother.
Yeah.
Now I got to bury her. Because remember, I told you she was on drugs. So when you're on drugs, you're not thinking about life insurance. You're not
Yeah.
thinking about any of that. So we came together, and of course we sent her off the way that I know she would love to be sent off. Now COVID hits.
Yeah.
I get a call from my dad. Wanda, I need you to come to Milwaukee because they say something going on with my lungs. So I said, well, Dad, they're not going to let me just come to the hospital. It's COVID. He said, no, I talked to the doctor. You need to come. So I got in my car, drove to Milwaukee. And they said, and when doctors are giving you their diagnosis, they're very cold.
Yeah.
I walked in the room. I said, hi, I'm Shawanda, his oldest daughter. I'm here from Chicago. What's going on with him? And he said, oh, he has stage 4 lung cancer.
What?
Sir, what did you
Yeah.
say? So before I knew it, I said, my mama just died 3 months ago. Stage 4 lung cancer? So, and I asked my dad, we had to have those hard conversations.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What's the plan? And he told me, he said, well, I want to fight it. I want to fight it. Y'all need me. And it was in that moment, I was thinking, you're right. We do need you.
Yeah.
We do need you. So let's fight it. And he did to the bitter end.
Yeah.
He fought. And then it was 9 months later, he was gone.
So a year apart,
year
you
apart.
lost both your parents.
Yes. My dad was 54.
Wow.
54. I tell people, when you lose your parents, it's almost like losing an organ
Yeah.
and still being forced to live.
Yeah.
But I have to go all the way back to the beginning. Even this, I have to gain strength from.
Yeah.
Even this has to be my motivator
Yeah.
to keep going. So now, when it comes to my business, my siblings, my sister, my brother, my nieces, my nephews, I don't look at them as employees. This is your company.
Yeah.
This is our legacy. We don't have grandparents that'll write us a check or gonna leave us nothing. They're gone.
Yeah.
Now it's time for us to set our lives the way that we want them to be.
And I heard you say, even when you lost your mom, you said, I was worried about my siblings and I had to do this and I had to do that. At what moment did Shawanda grieve?
Now. Now.
Yeah.
The way my grief is set up, it makes me isolate myself.
Yeah.
I am very, and people see this, and
Yeah.
it's great,
It's great. Yeah.
but I grieve them every day,
Yeah.
every day. Just the thought of not being able to call or not being able to share moments, big moments. You're talking about somebody who went from nothing, to $1 million company.
Yeah.
I can't call. I can't hear her say or hear him say, you get that from me. You know what I mean? I can't. It's not there. And that makes me grieve even harder.
Yeah.
Even harder. It's hard for me to celebrate high moments.
Yeah.
It's my friends. They be like, no. We need to do something.
And I just love your circle of friends.
Oh, girl, yeah.
Because I get to, of course, social media and the things that you allow people to see.
Sure.
But when I see them celebrating you and they taking you places and doing it,
Yeah.
that shows what happens when you have people who genuinely love you.
Yes.
And like you said, they won't let me stay in that place. They won't, because you just spoke it. You said, I went from nothing to $1 million company. And so not only are you in your greatness, your friends are watching your greatness.
Absolutely.
And when you got people that is going to make sure that you remain great,
Yes.
no, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Because people ain't staying friends no more.
My one friend who lives in Dallas, who I always talk about, we can talk on the phone, and if she hear me like in a monotone, she on a plane. She don't play about me.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that because it's difficult to be in my place, in my position, you don't have a lot of people you can talk to. You don't have a lot of people you can be vulnerable with.
Or trust.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you don't know if they love you or if they're just there just because.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this was,
Yeah.
nobody will ever know.
Yeah.
I want to commend you. I want to commend you on one, empowering women of all ethics just to be who they are.
Yes.
Once your story is aired, you'll never be looked at the same. I'm sitting here and I'll never look at you the same.
Wow.
There's a level of strength that you have that I needed. And sometimes we don't want to tell our stories.
Yeah.
But your story needed to be heard. All the way from people who are battling with parents who are addicts and different types.
Yeah.
You are the forerunner to show you can go from the projects of the West Side all the way to the South Side, all the way to that side,
Yeah.
and you can still be great. You don't have to let your situation, your surroundings,
Absolutely.
stop you from being and that person that God purposed you to be. And I love
Absolutely.
that you keep using that word, purpose.
Absolutely.
I use it all the time. That movie, Whoopi Goldberg, Sister Act, when she told that girl, she said, if you wake up in the morning every day,
Yeah.
and you think about skating, you're an ice skater. If you think about
That's
whatever
right.
you think about,
Yes.
that's your purpose.
That's it.
And I love the fact that you didn't let outside noise hinder you from doing what you needed to do.
No.
I could tell. A go-getter.
Yes.
I mean, and don't be surprised if people call you to give your story.
Wow.
I'm so serious.
Wow.
Because this was amazing. This was needed at this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're doing something that some people feel like they cannot do.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, I'm sorry. I normally can keep it together, but this episode was real, like, touching. For the person that's watching, if you're dealing with infertility, whatever it is that you're battling, whether it be addiction, whether it be family issues, whether you are the person that had to save your family, please know that there is somebody who understands everything that you're going through. And I love what she said. She said the reason she kept it all together was because of God. Now I know we don't do this, y'all, but I'm going to go ahead and do an altar call right now. If you do not know the Lord in the pardon of your sins, today is the perfect opportunity for you to get to know who God is, because a God like this,
That's right.
a God who can keep her through all of that. Did you hear it? If you didn't, go back and replay. A God that can keep her through all of this is the God that I want to get to know.
That's it.
And I'm so serious.
Yes.
I don't even know what to say, y'all. This is good. This right here, ma'am, kudos to you.
I appreciate your platform. You know, I thank you for inviting me. I had to come, you know, just because, you know, I feel like us women, we need to stick together.
Yeah.
And also, this is a platform that people don't get to really see, and it needs to be seen.
Yeah.
It needs to be seen.
Yeah.
So thank you for your sacrifice
I
on
appreciate
doing
it.
this beautiful set, pulling back the
listen.
rug. Yes.
And when you come back, I'm going to have me some rugs and I'm going to have some more stuff, okay? I don't know what I'm going to have. But I do this because there are people like you who we see every single day, but because we don't stop and talk
Yeah.
to really get to know what a person goes through,
That's true.
our encouragement could be sitting right next to us.
Absolutely.
We overcome by our testimonies. And yours, a lot of people just overcame.
To God be the glory.
They just overcame.
To
Look,
God be the glory.
what's next?
So what's next for me? Of course, you know, I have the 2 restaurants. I still have the salon. I'm getting ready to launch a course called the Caterer's Compass. And so this compass is designed for those who are looking to get in the industry, or even those who are already in the industry and maybe you hit a snag. I believe that in this year that I've opened the restaurant, because, you know, I've been in catering for a while.
Yeah.
But the restaurant industry is a little different. You know what I mean? It's, you know, you got to get up every day and grind for real. You know, sometimes I'm in the restaurant and the customers come in, they be like, is that the owner? Yes, it's me. I'm on the line. I'm on the register, you know, because it's a lot of work. However, it's very fulfilling. I want to teach and train because I've learned so much.
Yeah.
in this past 2 years with
Yeah.
owning these
The
restaurants.
do's and the don'ts.
Absolutely. And so I just want to be a compass. I want to bring some of my friends to the table who assisted me, you know,
Yeah.
to get to where I am. And that's kind of what I'm getting ready
And
to do.
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's about learning the do's and the don'ts, then going out and then you showing somebody else and then they showing somebody.
Absolutely.
It's enough for everybody to
It
eat.
is.
It is enough for
People
everybody
don't
to eat.
understand that.
Yeah.
We're not in competition with it.
No.
It's enough money out here for everybody.
Yeah.
Just-
So y'all just got an exclusive, okay?
Yes.
So y'all who've been doing that catering in y'all kitchen and y'all know y'all ain't got
Come
no
on out.
license and
Come on
stuff,
out.
she about to hook y'all up.
Yes.
So you all be on the lookout for that.
I'm
Look,
excited.
again, thank you so much.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank
for
you.
coming, so pulling back the rug.
Thank
And look,
you.
y'all, this episode that took me all the way in. I'm gonna bring it back probably next week, but right now I'm just telling you, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But if you do not believe that you can do it after today,
Yes.
I'm telling you, you can.
Absolutely.
So like I always end the show, every single week, I always tell y'all this, and this is just my mantra. Literally, there are a million reasons to love, but there should never be one reason that you should hate. Don't hate on anybody, not even yourself. And until next week, this has been Pulling Back the Rug. Peace.